Hello and welcome all. As we all know, New Zealand is one of the best destinations for students when it comes to quality education. And that is one of the main reasons why students choose New Zealand for their higher studies. However, students often get confused when it comes to how to apply for a New Zealand study visa. What is the cost of living in New Zealand? What are the travel expenses? Can they work in New Zealand when they are studying? And a lot more. So, we have picked some of your most frequently asked questions, and to answer them here with us, we have Ms. Parvinder Kaur, who is an LI expert and she has helped hundreds of students in their New Zealand journey. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, starting with our queries, the very first query is how much money do I need to show in my account to apply for a New Zealand student visa?
One of the basic requirements to apply for New Zealand student visa is that the applicants must have enough funds for the tuition fee as well as cost of living for the entire duration of the course. So the amount of funds which are required depends on the duration of the course as well as the tuition fee. Let's say if the students wants to study a 1-year course in New Zealand and the tuition fee is let's assume 25,000 New Zealand dollars, then as per the policy the applicant would be required to have tuition fee that is 25,000 New Zealand dollars. Second one is cost of living, that is 20,000 New Zealand dollars, and the third is travel expense, which is 2,000 New Zealand dollars. So this is the total amount that comes out to be New Zealand dollars 47,000 if the course duration is for 1 year. Now if the course is more than 1 year, the students need to have funds for that duration also. That could be a payment plan which the students may show that how they would be funding for the tuition fee and cost of living for the next year.
Okay, so now moving on to our next query. Ma'am, can a student use multiple sponsors like their father as well as their sister?
Well, this is a very common question we come across. Immigration New Zealand has got a policy about sponsors. Here we are talking about applicants from India. Now, first condition is that the sponsor must be eligible sponsor, which includes your parents, your grandparents, your real brother, sister, if you are married, your parents-in-law and your spouse. Second tricky part is that out of all these sponsors, only a single person can sponsor you. So if your husband is sponsoring you, then the sponsor must be only husband, not father-in-law, as the requirement is that single sponsor is eligible.
Okay, so now moving on to our next query, which is related to educational loan. Ma'am, does New Zealand immigration accept collateral from a brother-in-law for an education loan?
Here again the applicants need to take care of list of eligible sponsors. As in the previous question we discussed about who are eligible sponsors. Now brother-in-law is not in the list of eligible sponsor, and if the collateral is in the name of the brother-in-law, then that would not be acceptable. So take care that the collateral security is in the name of eligible sponsors.
Okay. So, ma'am, there is this student who is enrolling in a 2-year master's program. So, he's asking that do I need to show funds for both years when applying for the visa? And is it okay to show financial proofs just for the 1 year of tuition fees and living?
Yeah, it's a similar question which we started with, that what are the funds required. Now as this is a 2 years of program, the student need to have access for first year of funds readily available, that is tuition fee, cost of living which is 20,000 New Zealand dollars and travel expense which is 2,000 New Zealand dollars. For the second year, if you have got funds in your bank, well and good. If you do not have funds readily available, then you may show a payment plan, like what is your family income, this is your family income, these are your savings, and this is how your family would be funding your studies for the next year. So first year funds readily available and payment plan for second year would work in such circumstances.
Okay. Ma'am, there is one query related to work. He's asking what happens after I finish my course. Can I apply for a work visa?
New Zealand has got a very attractive student visa policy, and one of the attractions is the post-study work visa. Here the applicants must note that if they would like to enjoy the post-study work visa facility, then they must enroll in an eligible course. Now in New Zealand, all the courses are not eligible for post-study work visa. So if you do a master's degree, then of course you would be getting a post-study work visa. If you do a bachelor's program, then you would be getting a post-study work visa. If you do a postgraduate diploma, which is at level 8, then you would be getting a post-study work visa. But if you do courses other than these courses I spoke, then that course must be in the green list or in the list of courses eligible for post-study work visa if you would like to avail the post-study work visa facility. This is a point which the students must take care of.
Okay, coming to the last query of this video. Ma'am, if my visa gets rejected, can I apply again? And what are the common reasons for rejections?
Yes, of course, you can always apply for your visa if it has got rejected initially. Here, the applicants must take care that pre-applying for your visa would only make sense if you can address the concerns of the case officer. Now, the rejection letter would refer to the reasons why that has been declined. If you think that you can address those reasons or there was some information which was applicable at that point but somehow you did not include in that application, then you may reapply and there are good chances that the case would be successful. Coming to your query of common reasons for rejection, I come across cases which have been refused based on funds. As I previously spoke, that having enough funds is one of the mandatory requirements which the students must fulfill. If you do not fulfill the funds requirement, maybe the amount is not complete, maybe the sponsor is not eligible, maybe the sponsors may be multiple, the collateral in education loan is not acceptable sponsor, or you have funds but the case officer is not satisfied that they would be available to you as the funds may not be consistent with your family income. So there may be multiple reasons based on funds the application may have been declined. Then another reason could be you being a genuine student. The application could be declined on bona fides. The case officer is not satisfied that you are a genuine applicant whose only intent to travel to New Zealand is to study.
Well, this is it for the video. Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing such valuable information. We will continue with more queries in our next part. Till then, even you can ask more questions. And for more personalized guidance, please contact West Highlander Immigration. Thank you.
Thank you.